CSGO and Valorant are often put up against each other, which is better, which is worse, which is less cringe to play. But people don't discuss how you can take lessons from the other game to make yours better. In this video, I will take 5 key features from CSGO that I think would be beneficial if Valorant also had them. Starting with cleaner and more dynamic UI. Maybe it's just me getting used to Valorant's menus, but loading up CSGO for the first time was a surprise. And no, not because of the loud intro music, but because of the well-made UI. The UI flows really well from going to settings, to choosing a map, to queuing for a game, to going into a game. I would find myself having a harder time being tired of this style of UI. Valorant's, while not looking bad, is a bit too simplistic. It does maintain that clean look, but I think they sacrifice too much flair to that simplistic look. It reminds me of company logos going far too simplistic because it's the trend. Valorant already does well in tactile feeling and feedback in-game, with the rising note per kill and musical cues to aces. But somehow, they didn't bring the same principles in the design of the UI. Taking notes from CSGO and a little from Nintendo would definitely make traversing through menus in Valorant a more pleasant experience than the forgettable thing it is right now. Second, built-in esports news and pick'ems. There technically already is a newsfeed for competitive Valorant, but it only takes up a small portion of the starting screen. Maybe increasing the area that the news will be shown and allowing players to read on the latest updates while in queue would greatly increase casual interest in the pro scene. Another reason to consider improving the visibility of esports to the average player is because Valorant esports is global and has many different countries participating. So if the esports newsfeed was specifically written to cater to the player's country, such as recent roster changes or wins of a country's team, it'll more likely make them interested. Built-in pick'ems are also a great addition. For those who do not know what pick'ems are, let me explain. Pick'ems are basically a little minigame where you try to predict the winner of each match. Getting it right will net you points, and getting it wrong will result in 0. The fun of it is perfectly predicting how a bracket will go, and bragging to everyone else that you are one of the gods. One of the few seers who saw the future. Or you completely miss your mark on every single match as if the team saw your pick'ems and decided to collectively throw to ruin your day. Thanks for listening to May Teaches. Class is dismissed. Number 3. More customizability for guns. I love the skins for Valorant and the creativity put into them, but one person made a good point.
And going back to Valorant and playing it, the skins almost seem too distracting, and because they're not unique compared to Counter-Strike, it almost makes them more boring. I mean, most people in Valorant only use the popular skins, or people just shit on them about it. So all you do is see the same skins every damn game. The most popular skins are Prime, Reaver, Oni, Spectrum, or any skins that have cool animations. The only thing that differs from skins in Valorant are these different variants you can buy for a skin, but some of them just look like complete shit and nobody uses them. So if me and my friends both buy the same bundle, they're gonna get boring quick. I mean, I guess you could put gun buddies on them too, but like, come on.
Maybe having more options such as stickers, qualities, and titles would make the skin you bought feel different than a skin from another player. I'm not really asking for the whole skin market thing to be in Valorant, because that'll just feel the Valorant is just a CSGO copy, but I would love Valorant to emulate the way CSGO players feel that their skins are their own and personalized to their own tastes. Number 4. Community servers. I know a lot of people who have grown up with games that have community servers remember how they met their first friend in a random lobby, or how random people banded together to create a memorable moment in their lives. One part of being an online game is the community after all. Not having a way to meet random members of this community in-game is a huge waste. Sure, these servers could be used for nefarious and downright incel behavior, but that can be fixed with some moderation. These community servers could also allow players who want a quick in and out experience. One thing I always wanted in Valorant was a classic mode where you can just hop in and out without committing to the full game. Maybe also having an option to run a server that doesn't end at 13 wins, or allowing 6 players on a team, maybe even 10 players a team. 20 players on a team. As much as Valorant wants to look competitive, some people really just want to chill with some friends while also shooting heads, especially after a gruesome rank grind. Now, before we go on to the last and main feature that I'd like to be in Valorant, I'll discuss a few minor ones that I think would be a neat addition to the game. Having KDA visible at all times during pro matches. Having a pre-match aim duel to warm up your aim, and have something to do while waiting for the queue. A replay system. I know this already is a big thing, but people have mentioned it way too much for me to say it again. And now, last but not the least, mod support. I already discussed this in a previous video, but basically, mod support would be insanely amazing for Valorant. You can already see the amazing concepts and game modes that people in Overwatch have made with the little tools they have. If Valorant had the same modding tools as CSGO, such as Hammer, we could have community-made concepts for new agents, new maps, and even game modes. Just take a little scroll through WarOwl's channel and you can see the creativity that the community can inject into a relatively simplistic game. Here are a few of my favorites.
We played a game of competitive Counter-Strike where every wall was wall bangable. Here's what happened.
I got one!
Oh! It happened!
It's your D-Dan moment!
We played a game of competitive Counter-Strike where every player got one bullet, but every shot was a one-hit kill.
Plantation.
East side.
Side should be? I don't know if you have time.
I think he has.
I think I got
Yeah.
it. Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
We played a game of competitive Counter-Strike where you could only see sound. What could that possibly mean? Players are completely invisible until they make a sound. Then they flash visible and fade out again. Anything that makes a sound is visible. A single footstep, jumping, planting the bomb, and especially shooting a gun. Like any good stealth game, there's a visual indicator on your screen showing how visible you are. And to make it not completely overpowered to walk around invisible, you can still see enemies on your radar, and they will become visible when taking damage. Here's what happened.
Imagine this ability on a game that has more room for creativity and innovation. The possibilities would be endless. Here are some CSGO modded content that would fit perfectly in Valorant. Custom aim maps. Yes, there is a practice range in Valorant, but having more customizability would benefit a lot of people who want to get better. Maybe having the practice range be situated in the maps themselves with bots moving where people would normally peek would help practice greatly. Or having the bots move in a way to practice certain parts of aiming such as dead zoning and the like. Parkour maps like Surf or Bunny Hop. This goes without saying, movement is just fun to do and watch, and would be a nice break from all the shooting. It could also be a good tool for beginners to practice essential bunny hops that could transfer into a real game. Wacky maps that warp your perception of what you're used to, or just be a fun activity to dick around in for the squad on a Friday evening. There is so much untapped talent and ideas from Valorant's very passionate fanbase, and I think Riot in some way should enable this to further boost the game's potential. And that ends the list. Are there any other features from CSGO that I'm missing? Maybe even from other multiplayer games that would benefit Valorant a lot? I would love to hear and discuss with everyone in the comments. That's it for the video. I hope you have a great day and month.